All right, thesis time. When we say thesis, every time I say thesis, I want your brain to hear thesis with line of reasoning, thesis with line of reasoning, thesis with line of reasoning, to be able to actually get a point. And this is only worth 1 point, but it is a crucial one because your arguments later on in your DBQ have to be able to connect back to your thesis claim for them to make sense. So this one is crucial, and it has to have a line of reasoning. A what? A line of reasoning. Now, thesis. You're used to your thesis being the whole, like, you saying what your purpose is. For this exam, and this is the same whether it was the regular DBQ or this modified DBQ, your thesis has to be a claim, has to be a claim. Think of it this way. If I was writing a DBQ on discussing this new format for the AP exam, let's say College Board sent us teachers like, here, do a practice DBQ based off of this question. And their question was, discuss the level of difficulty of this upcoming AP exam. Here would be a thesis claim that I could make. I could say, the upcoming AP exam is or appears to be more difficult than AP exams of the past. I've made a claim. I said, it seems like it's more difficult than in years of the past. Or I could go the other way. I could say, this upcoming AP exam will be easier when compared to other AP exams of the past. Again, I'm making a claim, right? I'm giving a claim that can be arguable, but also I can defend. Like I can give you arguments for either way. What I don't have yet with my claim is a line of reasoning. Your line of reasoning is where you are going to go with your body paragraphs. Think of it this way, just like in a research paper, each body paragraph is supposed to, or each like body chunk, if you do like 2 or 3 paragraphs per chunk, should have an overall umbrella point that that whole chunk is trying to make or support. So think of your line of reasoning as, what are the big picture directions you're going to go with your body paragraphs that you're going to use documents to support? So here's what I could do with my example one. I could say, this AP exam is going to be easier when compared to AP exams of the past because of factors like time, amount of documents, and setting. Boom. That's the line of reasoning I'm going to go about. Think of it this way. I'm going to talk about how the exam's time, amount of documents, and setting can be used to be able to make the argument that it's an easier exam. Or I could go the other way as well. From then on, you could assume my body paragraphs are going to be, first I'm going to use some sources to talk about how the actual amount of time the exam takes makes it more straightforward and simple. And then my next body paragraph is going to be how only having 5 documents makes it more straightforward and simple. And then my third body paragraph is going to talk about how the setting in which you get to take it online in your own home also makes it more comfortable and straightforward from there. So thesis, line of reasoning. Think of it this way. It's a claim because A, B, C. Here's really what I'd recommend. You don't necessarily need 3 argument points in your line of reasoning. Realistically, you're going to talk about 4 total documents and 2 total aspects of outside information. So I'd even potentially push you to try to shoot for just 2 big picture argument points that back up your claim, which allow you to do body paragraph 1, in which you discuss a first document, a second document, and an outside information or outside evidence that kind of all support argument point 1. And then your second body paragraph, in which you do a third document, a fourth document, and then a second piece of outside evidence, all used together to back up argument point 2. So again, the best way I could describe your thesis would be make a claim and then include 2 to 3 big picture umbrella topics that you're going to have as your line of reasoning. Again, the formula would be this: claim because A and B, or claim because A, B, and C. Remember, All you're being asked to do is write a very formulaic essay that clearly is hitting points they're asking you to hit. So if you're the person that hates writing a thesis that says, this is blank because blank, blank, blank. If you hate doing that, pretend you don't hate it for this 45-minute exam and just do it, because AP readers are going to be looking for that. They want your thesis to be clear. They want it to be a defensible claim, and they want it to establish a line of reasoning. So what is the overall argument you're going to make? And what are the 2 or 3 big picture areas you're going to go in with your documents and outside evidence to back up your overall claim? Claim because A and B. The rest of your DBQ then is argument A, here's documents and outside information that back and make up argument point A, and then argument point B with documents and outside information that back up argument point B. And that's what the thesis with line of reasoning looks like and should be like. I'll be putting some actual examples and things in front of you to be able to look at, and we'll have some opportunities to talk through things in the next week and a half from there. But again, just to keep being repetitive, thesis with line of reasoning has to be claim plus or because A and B plus possibly a C. And that's the thesis with line of reasoning. Until next time.